The fragrance of God's love permeates the cosmos. The aroma of God's being manifests through every cell of every being throughout all that is. Heavenly aromas manifest for the divinely devoted, those who adore the Source, the Creator, the true lovers of the mystic aspects of levity which reach into the heaven worlds, and all conveyors of compassion, and those who have a kinship with kindness, all children of charity. Devotion to the divine sustains your strong yet supple and soft heart. Adoration of God helps you to maintain a clear aura and chakras that are aligned and emanating light. When you abide in a devotional state of being, the heart of God can beat through your heart. The love of God as a fountain of perfect beingness naturally, in its effervescent state, blesses everyone and caresses the souls of God's children in your domain. When you understand the nature of holy love, divine love, you can be expressive of your individualized, unique aspect of that love that you came to perfuse around this world, and that you, liberated in light, have in your inner core being decided to gift the universe with. Devotion is this fragrance that rises to the altar of God and glorifies God where you are through your devotional heart. Adoration of the One brings you to oneness and stillness in the sacred space, co-created betwixt your heart and God's. When you feel love as a wellspring of light, and you know love within self, that love sustains your being in an immortal and a wakeful and an aware manifestation. And all within you rises to continue to glorify God, to bless others, and to address every part of creation as a part of self, and to know self as a part of all that is. Lord Krishna realized these truths 2,500 years ago and more. And as an emanation of the second person of the Trinity, Vishnu, Krishna teaches the way of devotion, the way of the true devotee who understands that through love all is sustained in the cosmos. When that love is an acceptable offering through right attitude, right motive, right beingness, right livelihood, right concentration, right forethought, mindfulness of God always in the center of one's being, mindfulness of God always at the core of your reality. When you live, move, and have your being in a devotional state, as a sunflower looks toward the sun and turns as the sun rises toward the sun continuously, then you sustain through that devotion the love of God within you, and your aroma is very sweet, very affectionate, as a grace and a blessing to every life form. You become like a rose that is constantly perfuming everyone and everything with its sacred aroma. And for the sensitive ones now, you can smell this roseate aroma here in this room through the coming of Krishna, his gopis, and many other divine beings. This fragrance actually washes you clean in its beautiful quintessences. It clears your mind, it refreshes your spirit, it energizes every cell, and you are made whole through this love. If you desire greater health and well-being, love God with your entire heart, mind, strength, and soul. This is how you will be whole. And all the burdens, the cares, the suffering, the pains, for those moments of this devotion will just dissolve, and you will live in the ineluctable light of the presence. And there will be no time or space in that sacred moment of bliss, of beingness in God's presence. Each of you is a rose meant to devote yourself to God in some beautiful way, and to render your creativity to expand God's love in this world. And when through devotion, praise, adoration, and consecration, you so dedicate your heart, mind, and will to the divine, Then your threefold flame expands, becomes brighter, more luminescent, and there is the miracle of transcendence manifest through your heart to give birth within the earth to this new awareness of Aquarius, this grace of God's being where you are. Prayer that is focused upon the heart of God naturally is answered with the grace of the Divine Mothers, for they come to fulfill the words of your prayers, uttered silently or outwardly and orally, because the feeling was there energizing the words, and so the word must be answered. In perfect accord with divine love. If you desire greater results from your prayers, first spend sacred moments in communion with the heart of God. Feel God's presence within. Activate and energize that love until you may even again smell the aroma, the fragrance of roses in your midst. This will be the sign to you that you have contacted the divine heart, and then petition the divine for what you righteously desire on behalf of the planet and her evolutions, on behalf of family and friends, community, and fellow light bearers. When you petition God, having first entered the sacred sanctum of the Spirit within your heart, God, smiling upon you, then caresses the world and that unto which you direct your prayers with the specific antidotes to darkness and the enzymes of love and oneness that will activate all unto perfection, resolution, and harmony. The Heart Center movement is a movement of hearts devoted to God first. And through that devotion, we help to sustain God's grace within the earth, God's miracles within the earth, God's glory here and there and everywhere. Through the activation of holy love daily, we help sustain harmony and balance within the earth. And so we don't have to digress into all manner of dualistic diatribes and things which separate us from the state of being. We can suffuse this love everywhere, and that is the answer to the problems of the world. Because hearts upturned to God will no longer engage in all that is dual in nature, good and evil, negative, positive, darkness, light. That means that they have not centered themselves fully in the presence quite yet. And so we naturally help them to center themselves and maintain that state of being in perfection's glory within. We love to sing in our movement. because singing activates the cells of the heart to begin this process of perfuming the earth and the atmosphere of the earth with this love. And our voices rise in praise of the One, through many names and means, yet all toward the same singularity of God's eternal being as one eternal being. Though we pray and sing to different aspects or phases or manifestations or emanations of God, it is all God. It is all one. And we draw that oneness internally into our heart, and then, having felt that oneness, we can then engage in the acts of unity and the blessedness of holy diversity within unity to bring all to the fount of the One and to maintain that harmony, that joy, that grace for all. Everything becomes graceful in a sacred dance with Shiva. Everything becomes joyful as Krishna plays his flute and we are enraptured in his love for life and for all life. Everything becomes suffused with solar joy, solar radiance, solar light. And we live, move, and have our being in that light. We are that light. The light has become us because we have engaged it in our works, in our devotion, in our singing and prayers and praise. And because we have magnified that light and unified ourselves in that light, we as light bearers, workers, and sharers now, in an alchemical way, bless everything through that glory, that grace, that God, self-realized state. If you desire a mate or someone with whom you can share your life, don't search outwardly for this or that handsome or beautiful person. Go within and accelerate the love of God deep within. And then the aroma of your love will go to the one or ones that you are meant to embrace and to be with. And if they are ready for you, they will come. They will be there at the right time, at the right place, and you don't have to be on this endless search for the one, the mate, the other half. So many people spend so much energy, their consciousness, their feelings, their thoughts, so much energy of their day, their life, searching for this one who will accept them as beautiful, handsome, their mate. When? If they had just simply understood this truth and yoked themselves to the divine will see to it that they are honored with the relationship that will be wholesome, beautiful, divine, and perfect. And if perchance it is not the will of the Divine One that should occur in certain cycles, so be it. keep maintaining your love for God and see God in everyone and everything, and that will be your state of ecstasy that is so much greater than human relationships, which can deteriorate when they are not centered in perfect love. Perfect love casts out the fear of God, the fear of oneness, the fear of perfect beingness. It's not just human fear of this or that. It's fear of letting go of self to embrace God. Perfect love casts out fear of God, precious ones. Why do you fear God and letting go of your human to embrace your divine? Let go of that fear and the sense that you are not worthy to be one with God, because you have always been one with God. Inside, at the deepest core of your being, let go of the fear of unity and oneness that is the final ecstatic state of perfect light beingness. And through unification with God, you are free then, always, to express that love to any being. And the most holy and powerful ways, the righteous ways of the true devotee. Krishna comes today to help you with your relationship with yourself first, your relationship with your God, and then, once you have resolved your relationship within yourself and with God, with others in your life. If you have a sense of separation within, then you will have that separation without. And you will not find the beloved that you deserve. Once you have resolved the sense of separation from God within yourself, then you are one with everyone, no matter who they are. God is within them, God is within you, you are one through that perfect love. Yet, if you have not resolved the conflicts of psychological and emotional turbulence, where you must have this and you must have that and you must have the perfect, ideal, fairy tale relationship, then it won't be yours until you become the prince or princess of God first, surrendering self to a holy cause and entering into true spiritual love that is beyond human loves, human attractions, human nonsense. Krishna comes to employ the gifts of holy love to wash you clean, each one, in this state of godly love, so that you, rising higher, may aspire to oneness, to unity, to wholeness. And so Krishna gently removes from those who desire this state of unity all the trappings of human desires that you now offer. And he takes these desires, he transmutes them into the one perfect siring toward oneness. And in that oneness state of being, you are fulfilled. You are whole. You are again one. What is that to thee, O soul? Follow thou me, the I am that I am within you. And through this, I am that I am, all is resolved, and your perfect relationship with God sustained will then manifest as holy and righteous and brotherly, sisterly, platonic relationships with everyone, including those that you seem to have a little greater affinity toward or for, through the human senses. These human senses are now transmuted to be divine senses and sensations through holy love, so that you may embrace God within self and God within all. Why place so much attention upon a particular individual outside of self? Place your attention upon the individuated light of God within your threefold flame. Abide there, sustain the harmony, the peace, the radiance of the threefold flame. Know its unifying effects. And then, precious ones, everything else that is illusion and Maya dissolves, and you live, move, and have your being in perfect love. And you have cast out the fear of unifying yourself with God within you. Yes, perfect love casts out all fears, human fears, illusory fears, fear of fear itself. Let go of fear and embrace the grace of love today through faith in yourself, God within you, and know the eternality of that love, that oneness, that beauty, that perfection. As your Krishna brother, friend, I bless you, caress you, and will dress you daily in the white light of the Mother. When you share those intimate moments of devotion with her and glorify God and God's being within through your holy state of devotion and adoration of the One. Thank you.